do a drug test.
What's good? What's good? What is G-O-O-D good, man? We are back in the building, full cast for the first time this year.
Yeah.
I got my headphones in. It's not even connected to my phone right now. It's all good. But y'all know what it is, man. It is Noonish, your favorite sports and tech show. And I'm your host, J.A., a.k.a. Jonathan Anderson, getting synced up so I can make sure this thing sounds right, first and foremost, man. But like I said, we got a full crew in the building today, and I'm super excited, man. Welcome back, Jay. Y'all know who it is joining me today, our awesome co-host first, starting with El Grande Toro Jonas Bull in the house, back in the building. What's going down, Jay?
It's all good, man.
Good times out there in Barbados?
Yeah, had a good time.
Yeah?
Had a good time with that.
Yeah, right on, right on. We'll get back to it here in just a second, man. But I'm going to go ahead and introduce our other awesome co-hosts, my two favorite co-hosts. You know what I'm saying? It is also my unk. And y'all know him as Ronald Bower in the building. What's going down?
Not much, man. Just glad to have Jay back.
Yeah.
You know, he done vacation. He done got the bag.
Yep.
So he good to go.
You say the only reason to not be here is to get that bag, man.
Or relax and get a little vacation in with the wife and family.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. What's going down? So you went to Barbados, huh? You say you got your ass kicked.
I may be
Exaggerating a little bit on
exaggerating
that.
just a little bit.
So now that we on air, you didn't get your ass kicked, but off air, you know, I'm trying to give him the behind the scenes.
I will say this: if he had wanted to kick my ass, he probably could have.
So were you pleased with your knowledge and your where you are right now in the space of jiu-jitsu or just mixed martial arts?
There's always more to learn.
Yeah, but
always more to learn.
I'm not saying satisfied, but I'm saying pleased.
Yeah. You know, there's always more to learn.
Yeah.
As long as I'm learning more, I'm happy. As long as that process continues, I'm happy.
Right on.
I would just say that if you have not been to Barbados, you're missing out. It's one of the nicest places, nicest people. They got some of the nicest, most beautiful beaches there.
Nice.
Some beautiful people there. I was talking to a guy, just a random guy on the street, basically, and talking about how nice people were there. He said, yeah, our motto in Barbados is make love, not war.
Yeah.
Because when you make war, you don't want to do that shit again.
Is it a lot of beautiful
when you
people
make
down there
love,
too, though?
Everybody wants to do it again.
Is it a lot of beautiful people in Barbados?
Yeah.
I mean, I want to make love and not war if that was the situation as well, you know?
Yeah, it's real nice. There's some areas in Bridgetown that are getting really touristy, but overall, there's a whole lot of island outside of like where the airport and the cruise port is.
Oh, nice. That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Is that's not the island where they where the airport's like right on the beach and everybody
No, that's St. Martin.
Okay, all right. So near there, though.
St. Martin. St. Martin's nice too.
Yeah, right on. Well, what's up, Punk? You been good too?
Oh yeah, I've been good too. Like you say, I'd rather make love, not war. Also, but then this is the whole thing: the people that want to make war, when they start making war, their first thing they say, "I wish I'd made love instead."
Hey, you know what I'm
because
saying?
war come with some regrets.
Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. But yeah, man, no, I'm stoked, man. We got an awesome show, man. I'm just happy to be in the building, man. 2024. That's my favorite number. This is gonna be a great year, man. And thank y'all for joining us today. Let's get into these topics, man.
So 24 was your number. Oh, in football.
Yeah, football, baseball, that's my number.
Baseball,
You know?
everything.
You know?
Okay.
When I was 9 years old, no, I was 10 years old playing baseball. Cedar Hill Rec League, right? I played select ball at that age too. But at this age, I was doing very well. And I got to a new team, the Cedar Hill White Sox, and my coach, Doug Patterson. I can't believe I remember this stuff when I was 10 years old. That's 30 years ago. But he looked down and he said, "Hey, I think you should wear number 24 because you remind me of Deion Sanders."
Hey.
On the baseball field because I can run.
Yeah, okay.
Did Deion Sanders play baseball?
Oh, yeah. Deion was the man. That's how he got, that's part of that primetime mystique. He played for the Yankees, the Braves, the Reds, and the Giants.
I think Deion is the only guy that hit a home run and scored a touchdown in the same same day or same weekend or something like that.
Yep.
You know. And there's a lot of onlys when you go down the list.
Yeah. I also wonder how many people played with Barry Bonds and Ken Griffey Jr.
Oh yeah, nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Deion played with Ken Griffey on the Reds, and he played with Barry Bonds on the Giants. And when Deion retired from baseball, he was one of the best in the league.
That's when you need to retire.
That said a lot.
Like, don't retire when don't wait until you suck.
Yeah, no doubt. But it was crazy because he only played a part of the year, not the full season.
Yeah.
But anywho, that's not one of the subjects, but we talk about all the subjects.
We talk about
everything.
So what is the subject? You know what I mean? If you know what I'm saying. But anyways, we about to get this thing started off. Let's crank into this first topic, man. What are we talking about? Did y'all see that Cat Williams and Shannon Sharp interview?
Oh, well, yeah, I didn't see the whole thing. I saw bits and pieces.
I just saw the highlight reel.
Pretty much everything Cat Williams said was true.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing, because it was worth it.
Yeah.
I didn't sit down and watch it at one time. I just kept going back to it until it was done, and I heard everything that he had to say.
Yeah.
And, it's pretty funny because Cat went out there and ran the 40. During the interview, he mentioned that he ran a 4.340.
Okay.
And of course, all this outlandish stuff that he's saying that is all turning out to be true.
Right.
So did he run a 4.340?
This also seems to be true because he did go to the gym the next day and run a 4.47. And they got it on the clock in the gym, and now it's human error in there. But still to clock that.
It's 0.25.
Yeah.
When you go hand time, you add 0.25. So if you ran a 4.3, it's probably more like a 4.6 flat or something.
Well, and he said a 4.3 back in the day. So for him to, Cat's over 50 years old.
I'll say this.
Yeah.
I'll say this. If Cat Williams ran a 4.3, I don't doubt it because Deion Sanders and Bo Jackson ran a 4.1. Yeah. There's no evidence of that either.
Yeah, you true.
Cat Williams, and then he got to build for somebody that can run a 4.3. He's fairly.
But there is evidence of Cat running that 4.4. I got it on video. I wanted to show it, but I got to go through my phone to get to it. I wanted to make a video for y'all, but why? When we could get some type of what is it called restriction on YouTube?
Get some
and then Bernie Mac said the same thing. Bernie Mac said he said before he died they have a clip of Bernie Mac saying, "Don't ever do your material in front of an established comic because he said it was a couple of times during the Kings of Comedy, he always came out last.
Yeah.
He said he started not to come out because he said, man, they're out there doing my stuff.
Wow. Yeah. Taking his jokes.
So it's all true.
No, he called out everybody. Everybody.
Except for Mike Epps. Mike Epps kind of got a clip and said, man, you should have said something about me because I got a special coming up. Good or bad, mention me too.
Well, yeah.
That's the way it is.
And I think he did mention him at one point, like briefly.
But he didn't go.
He didn't go in it, but he didn't. He said that Mike Epps was one of the guys that he gave an opportunity to on his tour.
Oh yeah, Mike Epps agree with that.
And he still.
Deion Cole said the same thing.
Yeah.
And even Lil Bootsy.
Yeah.
When he got out of jail, Cat Williams brought him to the show and sit him on the front row. And he said when the show was almost over, Cat Williams told him something. Yeah. He said he thought it was some weed. But when he went out and looked at it, it was $15,000.
Oh, yeah. I remember that story. So
Cat he got his faults and he got his shortcomings just like we all do.
But I don't see a fault in going out here and telling the truth.
No. Well, I get in trouble about that all the time.
And this is also what I'd love to see. Like before this moment in time, of course, the different comedians want to be funnier. You know what I mean? But I never saw the competitive nature in comedy to this extent before this interview. And he came out the gates aiming at people. Ricky Smiley, said Steve, like he went in on several people. I'm wearing the big worm shirt today, because he went in on Faison. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, like this is insane, but it is great for TV, and everybody's been talking about it.
Yeah.
Shannon Sharp, his numbers.
Shannon
that he got off that
Sharp's
show,
numbers went off the chain.
my gosh, like I'm talking, I think he's probably over 50 million at this point in views. And then all the videos they've cut up have 1 million+ views as well. So Shannon is just like,
Yeah, oh, Shannon loved it because
yeah.
it's bringing Shannon that bag.
Man, that's crazy. But no, that was a very Antonio Brown-esque interview to me. He's just uncomfortable from the jump, but it's like watching a train wreck.
I've heard
can't turn your eye.
other comedians talk about that kind of stuff, but not calling out quite that many people all in one show.
Calling him out. He even crossed over to Diddy, and
Oh, wow.
talked about those experiences, man. It's a lot, It's a lot. So it's like, that was great TV. I appreciate it, Kat. You're welcome on the show anytime, bro. I saw you run the 4-4. I think you can get that 4-3. Had that form. I see you chopping, dog. I see you chopping.
We'll get you in here with Ray.
Yeah, we're gonna keep this thing moving. So out of nowhere.
What happened? Like I turned my back for 5 minutes.
When you left, the Eagles won the division for the most part.
Right. Yeah. It was done.
And you get back and you see that we've won the East.
Blankety blankety blank Cowboys are what?
Our division champion.
Only the strong survive.
I mean, it helped my fantasy football a little bit. Not enough, because I also had some Eagles on there.
Well, we'll get to that in a
was
little.
Wow. I mean, good job.
Yeah, what you think about the
Cowboys are
the state of the Dallas Cowboys?
Oh, well, the state of Dallas Cowboys it looked like Dak Prescott has a good chance to even his playoff record to 4 wins and 4 losses.
Yeah.
Now the 5th win.
That's the one, and the 6th win. Those are the ones
that's the one that's going to send us to the Super Bowl. Right. But because we have 2 home games.
Yeah.
So, and the record at home is very well.
It's very,
they done beat some pretty good teams at home.
Yeah.
So, Green Bay and whoever coming up next, it looked like we got a pretty good chance to go to the NFC Championship game.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Yeah, that'll be great.
And then any given Sunday.
It'll give us Sunday.
There's been years where I watch, and I know you can't stand when I bring this man's name up. But when I watched Tony Romo going to San Francisco against a team I didn't think he was going to compete against and beat him, I've seen him do that. So
oh, absolutely. Oh, I don't have nothing against Tony. It's just that I got the same thing against Tony that I got against Dak and Lamar. They didn't get it done.
Yeah, well,
Tony didn't. Now look, Dak and Lamar still got a chance. Tony's career is over. Yeah. So
I think at the time when he couldn't, like I said, it's the same argument every time.
Yeah, same argument.
When he could have gotten it done.
Yeah.
They yanked him off the field after an injury.
But he had 12 years before that to get it done, and he did.
Yeah, you right about that.
So we got to go on the MO. We got to be like the police. What mode of operation?
Yeah.
Lamar mode of operation is losing in the playoffs. Dak Prescott mode of operation is losing in the playoffs. Yeah. Tony Romo's mode of operation was losing in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So that's all we can go by, and that's why I want to clear this up about Lamar. I am a great Lamar Jackson fan. Disappointed me just like Dak had. He hadn't got it done in the playoffs. And my dream matchup would be Dallas and the Ravens in the Super Bowl. And then everybody can stop saying neither one of them has got to the Super Bowl. If they both go, now somebody got to lose. But at least you both win.
That's the last team I want to see in the Super Bowl because I want to win.
Oh.
But
you can.
But I'm saying.
But you got to go through everybody. Because if you play somebody in the Super Bowl, guess what they did? They beat the Ravens.
But no, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying about Lamar. And this is where that argument is it's a bit skewed, right? If you just go by the numbers, right? Because Dak has been in the past. Well, he was in the playoffs last year, the year before. Were they in the playoffs, or is that the year he broke his leg?
Yeah, 1 year he wasn't in the playoffs. That was a couple years ago.
Two seasons in a row. This is his third season since his leg break.
Yeah.
Right. So the previous 2 seasons he was in the playoffs. We know the results of those games, right? And in those same seasons, Lamar Jackson was not the year before last. Lamar Jackson was injured,
Right.
and the year before or
But last year he held out for the contract.
Injury / contract. But
Okay.
so we're judging him. This is what Lamar's fifth
We're
season.
judging him on his history,
This is
what he's already done.
This is fifth season.
Yeah.
Fifth season?
Six, something like
Sixth
that.
season?
He's a couple years behind that.
Yeah. So I mean, we talking his first. He was MVP his rookie year, right?
Yeah, and which he didn't win.
Was it his rookie or second?
No,
year?
that was his second, maybe
his
third
second.
year.
I think it was his second year. One of those years, he was rookie. I mean, not rookie, but
The MVP.
right? And then he was in the playoffs. I believe his first season he went fairly. He won 2 games in that.
No,
first.
he only got one playoff victory.
One playoff, but they already.
They were the number 1 seed.
Yeah,
the
so
year
they got the bye,
Yeah, they got the bye all the way to.
and they lost to Kansas City.
They won that one playoff game.
Yep.
And then they lost in the
Kansas
playoffs.
City?
Yeah, I think it was Kansas City.
Yeah, and then the following year, he had a horrible game. But we're also looking at same with Dak, right? So it goes both ways with this. New offensive coordinators, right? With this offensive coordinator, Lamar's gone 13-3. Dak is gone
11-5.
11-5, right?
Right.
And or whatever they are. But I say that to say, like, Lamar, it's hard to compare those two because they're two very different players, and you can't do it just based off the numbers. But Lamar hadn't been available the past 2 playoffs.
I mean, your best ability is your availability, so that can count against you also.
Yeah,
I mean,
no doubt, no
Lamar's a little injury prone.
Well,
so,
last year it was he could have played.
Yeah, he could have played. So
why risk getting injured and then them cutting back on me getting my money if I'm hurt?
Oh, absolutely. I totally agree with that.
That was a business decision.
But this is the whole thing in sports. It only matters about the results.
Yeah.
It don't matter what happened along the way.
Yeah, no doubt.
So along the way, Dak has a couple of 13-3 seasons. Along the way, Lamar got a couple of 13-3 seasons. But along that same way, neither one of them has produced in the playoffs like they did in regular season.
We shall.
And this is the year that they both got an excellent chance
Absolutely.
to do better than they have in the past.
Absolutely.
And that's all I'm saying. I need to see Lamar do it in the playoffs the same way I need to see Dak do it in the playoffs. Because I have seen them both do it in the regular season.
Yeah.
But I have not, and that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And this is the whole thing. When you go back and look at all these quarterbacks, they say, so Josh Allen is 4-4 in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And there's only 3 quarterbacks that's active in the NFL, not counting Aaron Rodgers because he's inactive. Joe Flacco, Joe Burrow, and Patrick Mahomes that has a winning record in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Those are and you can really take Flacco out because he just got off the couch. So up until Flacco, he only had 2 guys that had a winning record in the playoffs. So all these other guys are, I don't care. You can say how good Justin Herbert can throw, how good Josh Allen can do this.
Yep.
They haven't done it in the playoffs.
No doubt about that.
All of them are on the same level as Dak Prescott. Y'all got to produce in the playoffs.
So tell me this, huh?
Y'all all the same.
Tell me this. It's draft day. All right? And I ask you the same thing, Jay. It's draft day, right? It's your pick. Burrow, Mahomes, Josh Allen, all the top quarterbacks are
I'm taking Mahomes. That's easy.
No. They're all taken already. It's your pick. They're all taken. And you got Dak Prescott and Lamar Jackson on the board. Who are you picking?
Who am I picking?
Draft day.
It depends on who's already on my roster. That's got something to do with it.
Let's go with the current Cowboys roster as it is.
With the current Cowboys roster, I can flip a coin.
Yeah.
I can flip a coin.
Who would you pick?
True. I kind of agree, and I'll go better. I'll say why. Because while Dak has good numbers with the current lineup, he hadn't done it in the playoffs. Lamar, we don't know what his numbers would be on Dallas's lineup.
Yep,
because it's
no doubt
unknown.
Different team, yeah, for sure.
But he also hadn't done it in the playoffs with any team.
Lamar looks a lot better. He's way more dynamic. He'll make you come out of your seat and say, before Dak Prescott will. But then, but will he win before Dak Prescott?
He's a winner.
Not so sure.
He's a winner.
Not so sure.
I mean, he's a winner. He hasn't won a Super Bowl yet.
Yeah, and neither
He's
has
a
Dak
winner.
yet.
But Lamar's learning curve is much shorter than Dak's, it seems. Even though they've done pretty much the same thing, but remember, Dak ain't won an MVP.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So Lamar's learning curve is
Yeah.
much
Yeah.
shorter.
Yeah.
So me personally, without a doubt, I'm taking Lamar, and I'm shocked that he's even on the board right now. You know,
Yeah.
I think Lamar is a generational type player. I can't say the same thing for Dak. You know what I mean?
When you're a generational type player, you got to do something in your generation that nobody else is doing.
and he's
Lamar-
he's done that.
Huh?
He's done that.
Except win.
Well, but-
Except win.
I mean,
No, I mean,
it's a
I don't
numbers
care how
thing,
you look.
know, it's a numbers thing.
You know.
he hadn't had many opportunities. He's been in the playoffs what 3 times?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Dak
but-
been in the playoff 4 times.
All right, and he's played 2 less years than Dak. So and he was hurt, and Dak got hurt 1 year. So
Yeah, absolutely.
that cancels 1 year. He was hurt 2 years. So
And with the Baltimore Ravens defense, you probably got several quarterbacks that could go over there and win 11 to 13 games.
yeah, but they can't do what Lamar does though.
No, they can't.
They can't do what Lamar does.
No, because
that's a fact.
they can't run around, they can't throw real pretty.
Yeah.
But they can do one thing he did, lose the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, I
They
can do that.
They can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just being honest.
yeah,
you know,
I
everybody
can do
think when
that.
you tell the truth that you hating on people. But Lamar hasn't done it in the playoff, and I want him to do it so bad.
Right.
I can't lie and say that Lamar, if he transferred with that, we would have 3 or 4 more victories. Can't say that.
Yeah. So
I will say this though. I do think like if you just did a swap,
I
Yeah.
think they'll be about the same.
I think they would be about the same. I think Lamar would come out ahead in the long run. Like if you did that at the beginning of the season, like next season,
Yeah.
I think Lamar would have a better season than Dak if
With
you
the
just
same
swapped.
person.
I agree 100.
But this is the thing.
I'm not saying that that's a problem with Dak.
He may
per
have a better
se.
season, but that don't mean he have more victories.
Right, it doesn't
Because our
necessarily
defense has cost us 2 or 3.
Right.
I mean, when we couldn't stop Arizona or the 49ers or the Bills from just running the ball down our throat, Dak has nothing to do with that.
Well, tell me this.
There's more-
Dak has
there's more
something to
to
do
the
with
team
this.
than
Each of those games that you
Just a
mentioned.
player.
Would you say Arizona? Who else you say? Buffalo? Who else?
Yeah,
was
Buffalo and
running down our throat?
yeah, Miami even ran it down our throat.
How many 3 and outs did we have to start those games?
How many 3 and out?
Each of them.
I'll say this: even if we had a 3 and out, that first possession they scored. They scored on that first possession. So you're telling me that Lamar scored on every first possession he had this year?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But
no.
what I am saying is Dak gave them more opportunities to score. He didn't do his defense any justice by getting
Okay.
on and off the field. Not
Okay.
just him, but the offense in general. Didn't do the defense any justice by going on
Okay,
and
so
off the
when
field
Lamar-
so many times.
so
to start
when
the game.
Lamar
That's
played,
no recovery time for the defense. Now you got winded guys out here for a long time.
So when they played Miami,
Yep.
Baltimore defense got 3 sacks on 2 and 2 interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
How many sacks we get? 0. How many interceptions we get? 0. So that gave Lamar more opportunities right there to have the ball longer with more scoring opportunities because of turnover.
I think it was a different scheme against Baltimore than it would be the Cowboys.
You have to because they
You
got
can't-
different players. You can't play.
exactly.
You can't play the Washington Commanders like you play the Cowboys.
Yeah.
You got to play everybody different. So that's
So Miami was running, you know.
So
like
for
they was running more, it seemed.
for the policeman in me, I'm going by their MO.
Yeah.
What they have done. I can't go by what you might do. I can only go by what you have done.
Yeah.
And that's what the police, because if you're a bank robber, you live close to a bank, you let that bank get robbed, see who the first person the police gonna go see.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you say Dak ain't won the playoffs, guess who the first person I'm gonna say? Lamar had neither. Josh Allen had neither. All these guys they say are better than Dak. They haven't done no more than that.
Yeah.
Now you can say Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes. They have done. Joe Burrow got 5 playoff wins with 2 playoff losses.
Yep.
Patrick Mahomes, I think he got 8 or 9 playoff wins with 3 losses. So they're the only ones that got it done. Everybody else is the same.
That's like,
and I'm gonna tell you that like this. If Lamar win in the playoffs and Dak don't, bam, it's all over, Lamar. But until he do, I can't go by what he might do because I wish he would have won all 4 of his playoff games.
Yeah.
I wish Dak would have won all 6 of his.
But I mean,
they
you know,
didn't.
when you drafting, you just going off of straight what you see because you have nothing other than college game tape to choose.
That's
Exactly.
You line those two guys
and
up.
Lamar was a number 1 draft choice, right?
No, well, he was first round.
I mean, first.
Yeah, so
first
he
round.
first.
Dak was what?
4.
4th round. So we shouldn't even be having this discussion
That's all I'm saying.
That's like
that's
my
all
friend.
because his numbers should be way better than Dak's, and they're not.
I had a good friend named
Well, I mean,
Miss
his
Christie.
rushing numbers are.
Used to say to me,
But his touchdown numbers aren't. Dak got
She
more
used to
touchdowns.
say,
He got more yards.
your intentions don't
So which
matter.
ones you want, yards or touchdown?
Your intentions don't matter, just what you did.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Numbers in the past don't matter. Only thing matters, did you win?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's it.
And really, that's where it comes down to. Is
Yeah. And neither one of them has done that.
Yeah. Well,
So
in regards to this last game Sunday, them boys destroyed them Commanders, and that was good to see.
Yeah.
So the momentum going into the playoffs feels good.
yeah, momentum only lasts till you get hit in the mouth.
Yeah, no
Then
doubt
it's all
about
over.
it. No doubt about it. You know, we
That's very
played this
true.
home. I like how Tony Pollard running the ball.
Oh,
right
yeah,
now.
I like all of that.
I love the confidence CD Lamb is playing with right now. Our defense had 2 picks. This is all good
Yeah,
momentum, all the stuff we needed
the
versus
Cowboys
the
did-
2 losses we had in a row.
No Cowboy receiver has ever led the league in catching. No Cowboy quarterback has ever led the league in touchdown passing.
Yeah.
Those 2 things happened this year. So maybe this may be a different year.
Yeah.
And like I said, my dream matchup would be the Baltimore Ravens and the Dallas Cowboys
man.
in the Super Bowl.
I don't want that.
because you want to win.
So, yeah.
Well, it's
I hope
this whole-
Pittsburgh knocks them off or the Browns knocks them
Well,
off.
it's the whole
man.
thing. Baltimore might not want to see Pittsburgh because Pittsburgh beat them twice.
Exactly.
With Lamar and without Lamar.
Exactly. And the
So-
Browns beat them. The Browns are the last team to beat them. So
No, Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah,
won.
'cause they won the last game.
Yeah, because but then Lamar wasn't there.
Nobody was playing
Yeah,
that
yeah,
last
yeah.
game.
Nobody was actually playing.
You know,
Yeah.
talk about the momentum. Some people, some teams get hit and they stop.
yep.
Like you see that thing when somebody gets hit and they blink.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Put that pause in them.
Some people get hit
And then throw a
and wake
combination
up
on
and
you.
come back hard.
And
Yeah,
wake
yeah,
up.
come back hard.
It's like,
yeah,
oh, okay.
Absolutely.
I see where we at today.
And
Yeah.
this is the whole thing
that's
about.
what
this is
we
the
do.
whole
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
If you don't want to face Baltimore in the Super Bowl, you are not ready for the Super Bowl.
Hey.
Whoever's there, whoever put the pants on and the shoulder pad, come on with it. Baltimore, whoever it is. If you don't want to face Baltimore, you are not ready, so don't go.
I just got memories of Willie McGinnis, or not McGinnis, but McGahee running up the field 65, 70 yards, breaking our back, keeping us out of the playoffs at home. That's all I got memories of when it comes to
Yeah,
Baltimore.
I mean, when you
man.
start talking about
They had-
memories,
they had
but
two-
no matter how you remember Baltimore, they ain't got but 2 Super Bowls. So if you want to start remembering, I can remember a whole bunch of stuff.
to
You
them
know,
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
no doubt. So we're gonna keep it moving.
So what you think about Pollard though?
Oh, Pollard is
He running that thing right
he
now.
ran that ball real good against the
Yeah. That
yeah, against the Commanders. I need you to do the same thing in the playoffs, Pollard.
yeah. Yeah,
And Michael
I feel like he's
Parsons,
stronger. He
Michael
looks healthier
Parsons
to me.
got a career high in sacks, 14. Mike, next year I need you to get out 14. I need you to get
How
to
did Michael
16.
Parsons not be an All Pro Bowl? I'm not All Pro Bowl, but All Pro team. How did Michael Parsons not make the All Pro team?
Well,
That's
when you
insane.
probably by the numbers.
We're gonna keep this thing moving. So they got the Packers. I mean, you picking them to win this game this week? You know how you feel about Dallas versus Green Bay? in this matchup?
Dallas is at home. Green Bay.
Yeah.
Then Green Bay got Jordan Love. I don't care how these young guys come in. They just got to prove it like everybody else.
He's
You know,
been
I gotta
playing
say-
well and consistent
Yeah.
for 7-8 weeks now, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so he's figuring it out. You know.
Yeah, he's been solid, but I mean, especially Dallas at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Dallas at home.
Yeah.
I would expect it to be it's a playoff game. I would expect it to be a solid game, but I think
I
Dallas at
hope
home.
I hope we can keep our emotions in check because this game might be bigger to us than it is to them. You know, and I say that because McCarthy's
Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
old team. I say that because that's memories of Aaron Rodgers rolling out to the left, hitting that tight end on that 3rd and 19.
That don't have nothing to do with this right here.
I know it doesn't, but
I mean,
you know
but this
these
whole thing-
players were still on. You know, there were some of the players on this team that were a part of that.
If you're thinking about that,
Situation,
you're
so-
not ready.
Yeah.
If you're worried about what happened in the past, you're not ready.
Ain't no
That's
doubt.
that's just the way I think. If you
No doubt about that at all. But
not at all.
I do feel that I think we can score a lot of points on their defense. At times they can't stop a cold. And then I think
Oh yeah,
it comes down. It's gonna just like everything. It's gonna come down to them trenches, and I trust us at home.
I think we got a better team. Just being honest. I mean, from top to bottom, I think we got a better team.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a good squad.
So that's why I think we're gonna win, because we got a better team. We got better receivers, better quarterback, hopefully a better defense, because our defense, when they look good, they look good. When they don't, they don't.
Round one.
Yeah, round one.
Fight.
Let's get it done. Let's get it done, Dak.
Keep this train rolling, man. So yeah, it's other teams in the playoffs.
In the playoffs.
Playoffs? What? Playoffs? Talking playoffs? Can't even win a game. That's what my boy Jim Moore said. But we'll get to that. But there's other teams in the playoffs. But this past week was crazy, man. To finish the season out, the Steelers found a way to make it into the. They got like that good juju going up there, man. They got some good juice, good vibes going up there, man, in Pittsburgh, because there's no way they should have made it, man.
And there's a couple of teams in the playoffs that
Jacksonville started the season 8-3, and they missed the playoffs.
Yeah, and they missed it. And I'm gonna say this
it's crazy.
Just like in the AFC, nobody don't want to face Pittsburgh or Cleveland. In the NFC,
right now.
Don't count the Rams out, man.
Oh, no doubt.
I didn't want the Rams.
No doubt. They're still playing well.
Yeah, they're playing well at the right time.
Yeah.
How many playoff spots are there?
There's 7, I believe.
Yeah, 7.
Seven spots.
14 spots.
Yeah, so one's a bye.
Yeah.
So, and there's how many teams in the NFL?
32.
32?
Yeah, 32.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how many games? They only play like 16.
They play 17 games now.
17 games.
17 game pre regular season game.
Yep. 17 regular season games. And then
And I
14
think-
teams.
in my opinion-
I'm not even going to attempt to like put an actual number on that, but I bet if you ran a calculator over that and did your probabilities and your sums on that you would find that there's a strong possibility that you are always going to get some teams in the playoffs with that funnel.
Yeah.
You're always going to get some teams in
With
the
those
playoffs that
odds.
are not the best team.
Yeah, no doubt.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt.
Two to four teams in the playoffs that are not the best team.
And in my opinion, actually,
When Final Four rolls around, we'll be prepared. I'm gonna have a whiteboard.
Yeah, let's do it.
And we can walk through that
Let's do
because it's real obvious on Final Four.
Yeah, let's do it.
Final Four is a terrible way to and I think you see that this is the same.
because I think 14 teams is actually too many.
Oh yeah, there's a whiteboard over there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think 14 teams is actually too many.
You think so?
Yeah, but that's close to half of the teams in the league, man.
True.
You gotta get.
Yeah.
But it is the upper half, though.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
You
but
know?
when you get down to that 12, 13, and 14, you're too close to the middle.
Yeah, but it's money that got to be made.
Oh,
You know, so they
yeah.
gotta extend
Yeah,
this
I'm just
thing
talking
out
about from the
and
competitive
not make it too
standpoint.
ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm
And
just
make
saying.
sure the upper half, the upper echelon teams get in there, But, the teams that nobody wants to see at Cleveland, the Texans, I don't think too many people want to see them. I mean, oddly enough, they're playing against each other, but it was crazy to see the Giants go out there and dominate Philly. Philly has completely fallen apart.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Like completely. They can't do anything.
that's another
AJ
one of
Brown's
those.
injured,
That's
Hurts
another
was
one of those.
injured
I
last
turn my
game.
back for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And Philly just falls apart.
Yeah.
And Philadelphia
I did
is,
not know I had this much
You can tell the
influence
chemistry
over-
is just off.
Yeah.
Something ain't
Philadelphia
right
is
up there in Philly
missing
right now.
their offense and defensive coordinator from last year.
Absolutely.
And you can tell in they play. They don't.
Yeah.
The same players are not playing the same as they did last year.
Exactly. That was a point, man. They said that, the things that they're great at, they stop doing. And the things that they're not as good at, they're doing a whole lot. And when you lose the players, man, you're gonna lose effort. Like, unfortunately, if they don't believe in what they're doing and they already know what success looks like, and you're not doing that, like, how do you're supposed to build upon success, not tear it down and try something new. So-
we talk about that in sports all the time. Where people spend so much time working on their weaknesses now you're not as strong. And I
Yeah.
think that may have happened to Philadelphia.
Yeah.
But they spend so much time, like you say, the thing they were good at, they like, okay, we good at that. Let's go work on the things we're not good at.
Yeah.
And now you spend too much time doing that. And then now when you try the stuff that you used to be good at, now you're just mediocre at it.
And they should be strengthening their strengths right now. Man. That's
You
it.
can't
You
ever
know, we
quit,
talk about
you
that.
can't ever quit doing the things that you're good at.
Yeah.
You do need to work on the things you're not good at, but you can't ever quit doing the other stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, that's like Carl Lewis in track and field. People used to always say, Carl, work on your start. He said, why would I when I catch everybody? So I'm going to keep working on catching everybody.
Yeah,
You know, because you start working on your start, guess what? Now you can't catch nobody.
Yeah. Yeah, now everything is all jacked
everything is all jacked up.
I think one thing is very clear from the numbers over the past few weeks. If you want Dallas to win the Super Bowl, for everybody out there, if you want Dallas to win the Super Bowl, what you need to do is send me on vacation for the next few weeks until the Super Bowl is over.
Yeah. Hey,
so
Jonas got out of here and we got on the street.
Hey,
We lost a couple games though.
We're gonna put Jonas's Zelle and Cash App like on the other.
Hey, let's fund this trip to Barbados. You know.
Yeah, you know, I look at these other podcasts and right at the bottom they got their Zelle, their Cash App and all. I'm like, so I'm supposed to send you some money?
Yeah.
Oh man, wow.
Yeah. Hey man, if y'all go follow, or what's it, like, share, and subscribe to the Noonish page right now, you know.
Yeah.
You got an option to send us a little super, whatever it's called, you know.
Yeah. We'll get on Patreon.
We'll call you out, say what's up. You know what I mean? Yeah, but hey, let's go. We might get on OnlyFans.
I was gonna say if you don't watch out, if you don't start sending me money, I'll get on OnlyFans.
That wasn't made to be a porn site. It was actually to be a look into the favorite lives of the favorite celebrities.
But they turned it to something else.
A fan site.
Exactly.
And if you come up with an idea that's not pornographic, if you put it on there, you can still make some money.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah,
no doubt, man.
The flip side of that is if you come up with a way for people to share anything, somebody will find a way.
Always. As long as they're men living. I mean, women too. I guess it's some. Yeah. Anyways.
Anyway, that's no subject.
Anywho,
keep it moving.
We're gonna keep this thing rolling. Noonish Fantasy Football League Championships, man. Like what?
You won,
going
right?
On?
You were
Absolutely
gonna win, right?
not. I did not win. Cristiano blew the brakes off of everybody in the building.
Not super surprising, I'd say.
But
yeah, man.
Cristiano, really, with her new business that she's in with the sports betting.
Oh yeah,
she has to know everybody.
She got to be on top of it.
She got to be on. So that's kind of part of Cristiano's job to be good at knowing who's ready and who's not.
I'm not giving her that credit.
No.
I'm not giving you that credit, Cristiano.
Cristiano,
you had a good season with some good picks, but I ain't giving you the analytics. You know what I'm saying? I know you use some, but
you don't have to worry about JA giving you nothing, Cristiano. You took it. You took it.
Yeah,
you took it. So whether he give you the credit or not, you get it anyway because you took it.
I'm gonna give you the credit. Hey, I got nothing. Cristiano came out here and made a statement.
Oh, I know. Yeah, she came in and said what she was gonna do,
and she did that.
And she did it.
She said she was gonna bring it, and she brought it.
Yeah. So I got nothing but all the respect in the world because she said it.
I thought I was a competitor, but I was a witness.
Now,
game was over when it started.
Now, see, Cristiano.
What is going on right now?
I feel like my chances next year will be a lot better than this year.
She's going into next year the defending champion.
Yes.
She's not going to be the champion of next year until he get. So, Cristiano, I'm giving you all the credit in the world, but next year I'm gonna try to knock you off, sweetheart. Hey. I'm sorry about that, but and I might have to get on your web page and see who the. I might have to follow you.
See what the numbers are.
I might have to see what's going on. So I know who's hurt, who to bet on, who to pull.
Yep. Yeah, I can't believe that happened. I just can't. No, I'm not saying has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with me.
Oh yeah.
I didn't expect to get my head thumped like that. And it goes down to 3 losses, but really it was 4. Because she beat me last week and then just dominated me like dog dirt this week. You know, and I don't know how I feel about that. It don't feel good. You know, I'm humbled by your expertise and just how great you are and were.
Almost 100-point difference.
In the 2023-2024 season, you know.
Now we're going for 2024 and
Let me
25.
see how I cover that score up. You know what I'm saying? Nah, congratulations. And we will get you that special.
Wait a minute.
That we're not about to gloat. We're not.
We're not gonna gloat on that.
Hey, all I gotta say is AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts were starting for me this week. So my quarterback and my number one receiver scored a total of 0.5.
0.5, not
0.5.
5.
Not even 5. Not even 1 point.
0.5.
I wish it was 5 points. But yeah, man, that was a good season, Christiana. It's all good.
Hey.
Hurt my feelings a little bit, but it's all good. From Diego to the Bay.
But see, Cristiano, all we got to do
learning
is
experience for
go
you.
back to the drawing board, go to work, get ready for next year. We can't dwell on, because right now, Cristiano, I got something to tell you now. You did all that, but now that's past now.
It is.
We got to look for the future.
It is over and done. It is over and done.
You're the defending champion for next year.
Yeah, it's all good. We gunning for you, but great job. That's all I got to say about that. Moving on. Them NFL playoffs. Talking about playoffs?
Oh, yeah, the playoffs.
It's about that time, man.
Oh, yeah,
it's
that's
about that time. We got them playoffs. We got some good games going this weekend. You know, typically we got a who you got situation going on, but we're just gonna go run down this line real quick. What they call it, the rundown. We're gonna do a quick rundown real quick. Starting with you, Jonas. You know, who you got winning this week? All right, just running down the lineup. So we got Kansas City and Miami.
I got Kansas City.
Yeah.
We're gonna come back. We're gonna come back to you, huh?
Oh, okay.
We're gonna come back to you, huh?
I mean, I'm good with Kansas City too. I feel like that's
Kansas City over Miami.
that's almost a slam dunk.
Jonas, say it's a slam dunk. Kansas City over Miami, even though we got Tyreek Hill playing against his former team, and vice versa. Then we have the Houston Texans going against the Cleveland Browns. Ooh, wee. It's a lot of teams that are very happy those two teams are playing against each other.
Right.
So that's a tough one.
I don't know. Those
Texans.
Why did that name have to change?
That Arena Football League squad that I call, since the Oilers no longer exist.
Right. Like I understand some of the other ones, but
Why you got to change them?
why did that one have to change?
Yeah, you know, I know they moved
Anyway.
to Tennessee, but
I'm gonna go with Texans for that one.
got the Texans and that Cleveland Browns.
I'm a little
Texas game.
grudging on that one, but yeah, I'll give them.
And then last but not least, we have the Buffalo Bills taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Mason Rudolph Pittsburgh Steelers.
I like the Bills, but I think this is a Steelers game.
Yep.
Who's at home on that one? Is it
Buffalo.
I believe, Buffalo's definitely.
Yeah,
at home.
Buffalo's the
Might
division
give them
winner,
a
so
little
they
bit.
have
But
home.
I'm gonna still go with Steelers.
Yeah, Pittsburgh got in by the skin of their teeth. Like just straight up. So you're going with the Steelers in that
They're
one?
fighting for it.
Cool. And then
They're hungry.
on the NFC side of things, we got Cowboys taking on the Green Bay Packers. And who you picking in that game?
Oh, I'm going. I gotta go with Cowboys on that.
Cowboys on that one. All right, then we have the LA Rams taking on the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, how did the
Another
Rams
tough.
even get in
Ooh, we got Jared Goff going against Matthew
Stafford, they're going against their old teams, head to head.
Hey, who got the best out of this trade right here? You know, is what we about to find out.
But I think the Rams are gonna.
Think the Rams will take it?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's
I really don't know.
Yeah.
That one.
that's a tough. You taking the Rams?
I'm gonna take the Rams on that one.
Right on. That's
I have no logic behind that. Just
And then we have the San Francisco 49ers steamrolling,
49.
taking on the. I'm sorry, it's not the 49ers. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. That was my fault. My fault. Use your error right there.
Well, they're sort of the same color helmet.
Yeah, it was. Threw me off.
Yeah, based on Philadelphia's recent performance, I'm going to say they're going to continue to fall apart. And
Man, the Baker Mayfield's about to take the Buccaneers to a victory in the playoffs. Is that what you're saying?
looking good for it. Nah, I'm good.
Cool.
I still got a little sip in there.
Looking good for it. So the Baker Mayfields over the Philadelphia Eagles, man. So
that's where I'm going.
So Jonas has Kansas City, the Texans, Buffalo, the Cowboys, the Rams, and the Buccaneers.
I'm impressed that you remember what my picks are on all that. I don't even remember what my picks are.
Well, if they weren't, then that's what they were.
That's what they are now.
Yeah, I think I was 6 for 6 though. So I already heard your Kansas City pick, no doubt.
Yeah.
Right? Who you got coming in the Texans versus the Cleveland Browns game? Who's winning that one?
I'm gonna go with the Cleveland Browns.
Cleveland Browns in that game?
Yeah.
Joe Flacco, Cleveland Browns. That's a different Browns team than the previous Browns teams. And then that Buffalo Bills versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. What you got right there? Who you got winning that game? In Buffalo.
I'm gonna pick the Steelers because of defense.
Yeah, that's a solid pick as well. You know?
I mean, you know,
Buffalo's rolling too, though.
Yeah, Buffalo got the offense, but this is the thing: if Josh Allen, Josh Allen, this is what make me mad with Josh Allen. He only broke the mold against the Cowboys. Come right back to next week. If he'd had them 2-3 turnovers he had last week against the Cowboys would have beat him too.
They just ran the ball though, so he only passed the ball 14 times against the Cowboys.
Yeah, that's why. If he'd have thrown this, see, a lot of times you throw 30 times. If he throw 30 times, he'd have served us up a couple too. But anyway, I'm gonna
took
go
advantage of the fact we ain't had Jonathan Hankins in that game.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh for that one. Yeah. Right on. And then next up we got, who is this? The Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, I got to take the Cowboys.
On them boys.
Yeah, I got to take the Cowboys.
All day long. Easy enough. Then we got Detroit versus the Rams.
I'm going to take the Rams for the same reason I'm taking Pittsburgh defense.
Yeah, got you. No defense in Detroit, huh? You don't believe
Detroit got a decent defense, but not like the Rams. The Rams is kind of like a... You know, people forget the Rams just went to a couple Super Bowls.
Yeah, no doubt.
They lost one and won one, so and they still got Aaron Donald and a couple of them major players on defense.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pick the Rams.
And the pick on the Cool and Cooper Cup combo ain't too bad.
Oh yeah, you know? And they got the good receivers.
If I was McDonald's, I'd go sign both of them guys up and give me a pick on the Cool and Cooper Cup.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Taco Bell, somebody's a Taco Cabana. I need a pick on the Cool and Cooper Cup meal.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm tripping. Last but not least, you got the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Tampa Bay Baker Mayfields.
Philadelphia been playing bad, but Tampa Bay only got 9 wins.
They're division champ though.
I mean,
and Baker Mayfield has been going
almost
off.
For the last couple of weeks. I'm still gonna pick Philadelphia. I'm gonna pick Philadelphia. I
take Philly.
Yeah, I just don't have that. Tampa Bay 9 wins.
So you got Kansas City, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Dallas, the Rams, and the Eagles. Got it. I'm gonna just run through my picks real quick, man. That Kansas City and Miami game is tough. But I gotta go with the defending champions, Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, because Kansas City got a better defense and a better quarterback.
Can't bet against them until somebody does it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going by the MO.
Yeah.
I'm by what
in the playoffs. And I'm going with the Joe Flacco Baltimore Ravens, man.
The Joe Flacco Cleveland Browns.
I think a lot of the young rookie C.J. Stroud, D'Amico Ryans, man, working together. This is a success story already with them, even making it to the playoffs. They had 2-3 years ahead of schedule, man. So this is not anything negative about the Texans other than the fact that they're playing against the Joe Flacco-led Cleveland Browns right now. A very strong defense in Joe Flacco. That boy been balling. He's turnover prone, but he scored more touchdowns than he gives up. So, and then in that Pittsburgh and Buffalo game, oh my gosh, this is crazy. I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh. I think they got the stronger running game. They're just a grimy team, grimy head coach. I think they can intimidate Josh Allen. I think he's intimidatable. And then I also think they got the defense in there with Hayward that can stop the run. Right. T.J. Watt injured last week. I don't know how serious that was.
He's missing the game.
Is he not playing?
Yeah, that's why I was a little hesitant.
Yeah,
But
it's gonna be tough. They got some young guns that they can go
they
to
got some
though.
more young guys.
They're deep on that D line. I don't think it'll be an issue, but he's a dynamic player that ain't playing, so that's gonna be tough. But I still think Pittsburgh gonna pull that one out. Then I got the Cowboys over Green Bay. I got man, this is tough because I want Dan Campbell to win. You know. But this is the playoffs, and the Rams got experience here. They're running the ball very well right now, so I'm taking the Rams in that game because they got that former Notre Dame Fighting Irish running back, Mr. Williams, in the backfield. I believe that's his name, right? Yeah, that's his last name.
I think that's his name.
Yeah, I believe. I just don't remember your first name. Start with a K. I just don't want to say it wrong, so you know what it is. Notre Dame, baby, let's go. But I picked the Rams in that game. And then also, I got to go with Tampa Bay, man. Philly looks really bad. They're banged up. They just don't believe in what they're doing. I do believe in momentum and chemistry, and they're missing both right now. And the Buccaneers are on point right now. Baker Mayfield been going off, so I picked the Buccaneers for a big victory in that game. And yeah, that'll do it, man. That'll do it. We'll see what happens. Put your money where your mouth is. Let's get it. NBA news, man. Tell me what you see. Did you see your boy LeBron James posterize Paul George earlier this week?
Yeah.
You saw that? Did you see that?
I did not see it.
He's been doing Paul George bad all of Paul George's career.
This is bad, though.
Oh, yeah. When he was at Cleveland, and Paul George was at Indiana, he did Paul George. Paul George is his little brother, man.
Man, you don't do your little brother like that.
Oh, yes, you do.
Yes, you do. That's nuts in your face.
You better ask my big brothers how they tried. They tried to do that to me, but I put a stop to it.
Hey, you got to file him.
Yeah.
Paul George, you got to
stop
be done taking charges, bro.
Hey.
When you see LeBron coming down that lane, dog, you got to foul him, dog.
But this is the thing.
Dude.
He don't want to take that punishment. That's the athletes today.
Well, get out the way, dog.
That's what he did. He got out the way.
No, he took that charge. Look at that.
He
Look
tried.
at that.
He tried to get out the way.
Yeah,
but he waited too late.
Yeah, it's too late to apologize, man.
Yeah.
No, he did not get out the way of that. But you do not want another man's below the belt in your face at any point in life.
Who else we got up there? Oh, yeah, John Morant. He out for the year.
John Morant is out for the season. Just when he came back, too.
Yeah.
Averaging, 25 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists. Memphis clearly was playing better. They were not in the playoffs or even close to sniffing it while he was away. And then they come back. They would get on a little winning streak. He's doing well, and then bam, done for the season, man.
That's why you got to take advantage of all the opportunities you get, because you don't know when it's going to be your last one.
He thought his lesson was over.
Yeah.
He thought his lesson was over with that suspension.
This will probably be a better lesson than the suspension.
I'm telling you.
No, for real.
Hey, we're going to see a different John Morant when he come back.
Yeah, because he don't know
that.
that all of this stuff has got a timetable to it,
Absolutely.
All these young guys, because, when I was 20-something, I thought what I was doing was going to last forever.
Thought you were invincible.
But by the time I got about 30-something, I realized, no, it ain't.
I was jumping out the second story, sneaking out the house.
Oh, yeah.
Jumping out the second story.
Yeah.
I had a little something to climb onto, but I just get down a little bit and, let's get it.
Let it rip.
Sneaking out the house, man. I got caught.
Yeah.
That pause you were talking about earlier?
Yeah.
In that fighting pause? Yeah. When I stepped in that door and saw my pops in that rocking chair, I took a step back like I was asleep. Like I was dreaming. I said, oh.
Yeah, but my mom and dad had a couch. My mom and dad had a couch that was set up like kind of next to the door.
Yeah.
So you couldn't see it.
Yeah.
You couldn't see into it when you walk in.
Yeah.
Come in one night and got all the way through the room. I heard my dad.
Yeah.
About time.
Oh my gosh. Boy, talk about tighten up. But tighten up quick.
Yeah, so
That pause hit you, dog.
Yeah, that was a oh.
Yeah, but I think this would be a good.
I done coasted down the driveway in neutral.
Yeah, thought you was slick.
Thought I was slick.
Pops watching the whole. Look at this dumbass. put his car in neutral, about to hit my car.
Like he ain't doing nothing I didn't never do.
Yeah, just watching. Yeah, no, it's gonna be a lesson learned.
Yeah, and I think it'll be better than the suspension.
Yeah.
Because he'll realize that this is only fleeting.
Yeah,
it's
man.
not permanent. So
man.
So maybe he'll tighten his belt up, act better, work out a little bit better, go to the gym, prepare himself for this stuff.
I hope he comes back a better player. It's gonna take him a while to get it back physically, just because he's got to go through rehab and just that's a time thing. But mentally, I hope he's, I hope it's a 180 for him. So.
Yeah. It's a make or break.
And not saying that he's just the dude just got.
He's
young.
A
kid. He's a kid playing, man. He hadn't gotten in trouble. He's flashed the gun a couple times, but we in America, as much as y'all love y'all guns, I don't see why it was an issue. But I do understand it as far as the kids are concerned and the visibility and all that stuff, and being someone you look up to. You don't want that to be a role model with all the violence going on in the inner cities and things like that, especially in Memphis. Right, you want somebody that can kind of help tone that down. So maybe he comes back with a different perspective and does what he's supposed to do for a long time, because that guy is very dynamic in the NBA. But I love looking at James Harden's face while LeBron's dunking on Paul George. Couldn't do nothing for that man. But moving on. Zay Green watch, man. Zay been going off as we thought.
Yeah.
They beat a couple D1 teams. Ole Miss, they played Ole Miss, lost to them, but it was a good game, for 2/3 of that game until fouls kind of,
warmed down.
Yeah.
Size and strength.
And then the fouls, right? They got in that penalty quick, and Ole Miss was able to come down and, make fouls happen and get shots every time down the court for a long stretch. But anyways, as we thought, she's gone out, beat Alabama A&M, and beat up on Alabama State. Back-to-back games, 15-8-6 in the first, 14-5-8 in the second. So she kind of taking it easy on them. But they double teaming her a lot. And, and you're holding her to 14, but now she got teammates that have never scored 20 points. And now the last 2-3 games, they done put up 20 points. One of them put up 32.
Yeah, she hadn't even came close to 32. Yeah. But you're spending all your time watching Zay, and she's giving it to the open person.
That's what happens to a dynamic player, and that's why she got that NIL. So y'all go support, go buy from the collection, man. Get some of that UAPB gear, man, and tell them JA sent you. I ain't getting nothing out of it. They don't even know what JA is, but just for conversation's sake. But moving on, keep balling, Zay. Boxing news, right? Have y'all heard any of this stuff? And it's a lot more to talk about.
I heard some of it.
It's a lot more to talk about, too. So, Earl Spence recently had cataract surgery.
Yeah.
Right? And says that this is one of the reasons why he was not able to see a lot of those punches coming at him, those hooks and things like that.
I think it was pretty clear he couldn't see those punches coming.
He was wearing them. He was wearing them.
No doubt.
He was wearing them. And he says that this is long overdue, so he went and got that surgery.
Okay, that's his right eye, right?
Yes.
So he couldn't see Terrence Crawford left coming. What about Terrence Crawford right? He couldn't see that.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, what about the other side? You couldn't see that.
Hey, he was killing them.
I mean, I'm just teasing.
Them right jabs was stiff.
It was something clearly wrong.
Yeah.
Clear. I don't know what it was. But it looked like it was more than he couldn't see. He looked lethargic.
Yeah, he did.
It was more wrong than you couldn't see it.
Yeah.
You just, that's maybe one of the reasons. But.
And it's some, I heard, and we're going to talk about this man, Victor Connie, in a second as well. So Victor Connie says that he had altitude sickness. And it was evident, all the symptoms that he showed and displayed in the ring lined up with altitude sickness, because he went out to Vegas and ran up a mountain. Right, 5 days before the fight, 7 days before the fight, and so Victor Connie, the scientist, this is what he attributes it to.
But he came back down. He didn't have to fight on top of the mountain.
For sure.
7 days.
But this particular altitude sickness it's a lingering thing, because he said when you run up a mountain like that, runners train for that, right? So they go to a certain elevation, and that's their training done. They train to reach that So
Right.
he had
So
lasting effects of altitude sickness, is what Victor Connie says from
so
his
Right.
so
assessment.
So his
Well, you
fight,
know-
they've scheduled his fight in that 7 days. He didn't know he was going to be fighting.
I mean,
No.
it was just, he might have just been trying to train and didn't know everything else that came with it. You know, this is my thought process.
I mean,
Well, I'll say this: Earl Spencer's not the first guy ever did that.
yeah, no doubt.
So,
No doubt.
and I think Victor Conte is trying to say, look over there, look over there, while he hid the evidence.
Yeah.
He pointing with his right hand, but he hiding the evidence with his left hand.
Until recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said, look over there.
So he's had a couple conversations here recently stating that he has offered this 24/7 training to everybody. Earl Spence, then he named Devin Haney and Terrence Crawford, who were both snack athletes, and they both refused to take that test. Right? So there's a lot of conversation going on right now around what I said a long time ago
Around the snacks.
about snack and their athletes perform undetectable drugs, undetectable PEDs.
well, if they're undetectable, then they don't
Victor
have to worry about
Conte
the
been
test.
doing this since the 80s.
Exactly. There's a specific, I forget the name of it, but there's a specific, it's not even steroids, it's a version of HGH that's sold in the pharmacies in Mexico. Even though they're banned on the list, there's no way to test for it. They don't have a test for this
Oh,
drug.
yeah. Well, you know,
So
every time a new drug come out, they have to develop a test for it. They have to find out what it is, then they have to find out how to detect it. So this is what Victor Conte been doing this forever.
yeah.
You know, how do you think the athletes in the Olympics got the gold medals and did things that they had never done before,
Yeah.
and then turn around and go
Yeah.
right, test negative?
And Terrence Crawford, you know. So I
And,
mean,
and why
I think it's evident
somebody
what's going on.
who looks like clean cut and middle of the road, you know, middle of the upper echelon, but doesn't, you know, and not somebody who's standing out, you know,
Yeah.
but somebody who's competent,
Yeah.
all of a sudden out of the blue gets pop positive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like just randomly
and
on a random check.
Yeah.
Because they didn't time it right.
Exactly.
and then you have
They
to
didn't
ask,
have somebody tell them 3 weeks ahead of time.
That calendar, exactly.
Yeah.
yeah, and then you
Yeah,
got to
that
ask
calendar
yourself,
Yeah, it happens.
what does Victor Conte know about training in sports that nobody else? Because all of his athletes, because he said that he had,
When the test
I don't
came.
know, in the one of the Olympics, I think it was 1988. He had 32 athletes. I
Yep.
think 27 of them got medals.
Oh yeah.
So what does he know about training in sports that nobody else in the world knows?
He
If
has-
you are okay with using performance enhancing substances and whatever else, if you are okay with that and you are willing to do all the other training that you have to do along with it, because it ain't magic.
Oh no,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
it's not
magic
magic.
wand.
People,
Yeah, still
people
gotta
think,
work.
yeah, people think steroids are magic. It's not.
Yeah,
You got
still
to put the work
So
in.
you got
put the
so
work
you're willing to use the substances. You're willing to put the work in. If you know, if somebody says, "I know," because I got the inside track when the test's gonna come.
Yeah.
How much is that worth to you?
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. That on that, and you have the inside track on which drugs
And
Can be tested.
which can be tested, which
and
not
which
gonna be tested.
cannot be detected in the test.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then you have to be able to, as a real competitor, you have to be able to sleep with yourself at night saying, yeah, I beat Jonas, but I cheated.
Hey,
You know what I mean? You know, I'm not that dude. I can't sleep at night. Jonas, if I beat you, I want to beat you fair and square.
no
man.
doubt. But
And
is it
now,
fair
if
and
you
square
own-
for everybody doing
Yeah,
it?
yeah. Now,
Right.
but that's what I was just going to say.
Correct.
Now, Jay, if you own HGH and I'm on HGH, you're still the best man.
Yeah.
Because we both got. But if you own it, then
If
I'm
you're on
not.
HGH and I'm on HGM,
Yeah,
right.
you know,
Yeah.
we both on something.
yeah. But
You know, then I'm
But
a better
and-
man. But you
and
know, I
then
think
most
it's
of the
clearly
time-
just even the physical changes that Terrence Crawford went through over a 12-month period, 14-month period.
yeah, well, very.
It was evident. This is a grown man, 37 years old. He's been in shape. He's been working out. But the physical changes from when he started Snack to when he fought Earl are clear as day.
Oh yeah.
People
oh,
can
yeah.
ignore it all they want to. saying he might have been cut, but them muscles wasn't bulking out as sharp as they were.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot of slack
it's
people
evident
like
that head
that.
wasn't that big. You know?
Yeah, there's a lot of slack people like that.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
I
But,
know you love your boy, but his body changed too.
hey, but you know,
I mean, he was already great. He was
Yeah.
already the best baseball player ever.
Talking about
you
Barry?
yeah, Barry's
Oh, no
body
doubt.
changed too.
No doubt,
But
but-
but this thing, Barry was already a 7-time MVP before he even
When
knew snacks.
when I got to college, the coaches in the first meeting said, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Period. You know what I'm saying? And some people, you know, I had teammates that grew 3 inches and put on 20 pounds in 1 year. You know, like I saw some crazy stuff that got to the league. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely.
Like I saw things, and I was in the conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like it's ways to go about doing things.
Oh,
We knew
yeah.
when the drug test was in baseball. You know what I'm saying? So all you gotta do is pass, and then we ain't getting tested again. Cool. All right, I know what's up.
Well, I mean,
You know?
and we've talked about this. We've talked about this on the show before.
Yeah.
That, you know, if you grown and you got the information, like you know what the risks and the side effects are.
Mm-hmm.
So in other words, you got informed consent is what they call it in the medical community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand why it's such a big problem.
Yeah. I mean, you know,
Like, I mean, if you're
it's just the
if you're already spending, you know, no telling how many millions of dollars on training and equipment per athlete over a lifetime career, and putting your body through all kinds of, I mean, I'm not even a professional athlete. I can tell you what like kind of injuries that I've accumulated over the years.
yeah.
I
No
know
doubt.
we've talked to Mark about the injuries that he's accumulated
Yeah.
over the years.
Yep.
Like you're going to do all that,
Mm-hmm.
but then you're going to say, well, but you can't do this one thing that
Yeah.
might actually even help with some of that.
Yeah. Yeah. No doubt. I mean,
So it's to me it's like, I mean, if you want to have like a clean league and a anything goes league, I can see that, but I don't understand why we went into panic mode about, you know, performance enhancing substance when there's plenty of things that you can do.
yeah. I
I
mean,
mean, they're also performance enhancing.
Oh yeah.
I think it's just they have to put regulations around it because a lot of kids do watch, and
Sure.
if these kids understand, like kids are imitating the pros,
Sure.
right, in every way.
But
Right.
kids are also not as dumb as we think they are. And
Kids are
I think more often
most grown men are kids still.
Absolutely.
Well,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
but that's kind of 6 of one and half dozen the other.
Yeah,
Like, you know, adults are immature.
yeah,
So saying that, well, kids can't do that because they're immature is like, well, then you shouldn't let me do it either.
but
'cause
it's
I'm
like
pretty immature sometimes.
it's like a limiting the risk of side effects. You're right. Kind of allowing the kid to mature and fully grow. Once they're grown, now they can make the decision whether or not this is going to be impactful for them versus them still having open place. And man,
That's like we have so many things that we have that like somehow magically as soon as you turn 18 your brain shifts into a different gear, which
Yeah.
is bullshit because
same cat.
there's a whole lot of people who are very mature well before that, and there's a whole lot of people who never reach
Never
that level.
mature. True.
Hopefully, it was enough discipline instilled in those first 18. You know,
Right.
Yeah.
Because
That-
I mean,
that
just I
can
think
keep
it's
you
I think
focused.
it's a little bit. I think it's like a lot of things that we write rules around. It was knee jerk reaction to a situation that may or may not have even been what we thought it was at that time.
yeah,
Like we don't even know for sure that what we thought we saw at however
Yeah.
many back in the 70s was
Yeah.
actually what we saw.
Yeah, no doubt.
And we don't even know that the reasons that it was brought up are the reasons that they said.
That's all that point of view.
It's point of view, and it is like you always got to look at like who's making money off this.
Yeah, yeah.
Like who's getting an advantage from this.
Where follow the money trail.
And this is what I think about performance enhancing drugs.
Yeah,
It's
sports enhancing.
The playing field is way more level than people want to believe. because there's more people on performance enhancing drugs in professional sports than people want to believe.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not like it's 10%.
It's just
Not
like
it's
money.
10. Yeah.
It's just like life enhancing. Whatever you got, if you ever broke, however you are, when you got money, you're gonna be the same person magnified.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? So whoever you are off PEDs, you're gonna be that same person magnified. So if you're already an elite athlete, you're gonna be an elite athlete magnified. If
And
you're
it's-
running the mill,
Yeah.
you're gonna be an athlete that people now pay attention to.
And
you're
at
not gonna
the
be running the
most,
mill anymore, but
you
compared
know,
to that other elite athlete, you're still gonna be on that same level. It is what it is.
And at the most, PEDs at the most can help somebody to probably 10%. Most of the time, it's only
I was gonna say that's something
two to three. Most of the time, PEDs is only 2 to 3%. So even if it help you 10%, so if you can hit 70 home runs, 10% you'll hit 77. That's, I mean, you still broke the. I mean,
It's not small.
Yeah, I mean, 10%
Don't
is
get me
not.
wrong. 10% is not a small difference.
But
when you're
that's
talking
the-
about
Not annually.
Yeah, that's the
world record people.
yeah, that's the ultimate person. But the average person, PEDs only help you
Right.
2 to 3%.
Yeah.
Right.
So like I say, you can do the math. 2% of 70 is how much.
You know, because having seen some people,
Very, very minimal.
Yeah.
you know, if you've watched the people who have tried to use it as a shortcut, you still got to do the work.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
still
gotta
got
work.
You still got
The only thing-
what it will give you. Now this is the advantage that
Freshness.
PEDs
That
can
juice
give
didn't
you.
make Barry Bonds hit that ball over.
Oh
Well,
no.
It helped.
But what it can do is it can give you some confidence,
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Confidence is everything.
and that can
In
make a big
everything.
difference.
Absolutely.
And the reason it gives you confidence, okay, say if you Barry Bonds, you go out and hit, I'm just using a number because I'm not a baseball player. You go out and hit 100 balls over the fence in one day. Shoulder may be a little sore. But if you're on PEDs, the next day your shoulder feel like it did yesterday when you hit 100.
And it's
Now you
like-
can hit 100 more. Now you become more proficient because you are just training harder and better. It's not magic like Barry Bonds can take PED and go sit down on the couch and then get up and go hit 70 home runs.
Exactly.
No, you still got to go hit every day.
And what is confidence? Confidence, true confidence, is knowing that I put this work in and I'm
Yeah,
prepared.
yeah.
Now, confidence on steroids is knowing that I put this work in and I got these steroids in me right now.
So-
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's confidence on steroids. It's like, hey, I know I got this juice and I put that work in for that juice. So
Well,
it just
it
maximizes
does. Like,
you
that's
all
the
around
main
at the
thing,
end of
is
the
it-
day. And
gives
this is
you-
not a promo.
Yeah, right. It's not a promo. It's just a suggestion that,
It's what it
that
is.
maybe
No, it's
instead
not
of-
that.
Maybe instead of talking about just like, look, you remember, I know when like marijuana was not a thing that you did.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
you did
oh,
not
absolutely.
let people know
It's treated like crack.
it was
it was.
worse.
Heroin.
Worse at one time.
Yeah.
Speed.
But
Oh,
now,
But
you
now-
know, and you turn on a certain podcast, and
Right.
They smoking on the show.
yeah, even this a
Yeah.
guy right here in Dallas Fort Worth area named Charleston White. Now in California it's
Not to
legal,
call anybody
but
out.
then Charleston White.
I don't know if Charleston White is here when he's filming though. So
Yeah. He's in it.
disclaimer.
Yeah, he's in it.
wherever he is
Yeah,
legally.
so,
doing what he doing. On
No,
the show.
sometimes he be at his
Maybe up in
house.
Oklahoma.
He live in Fort Worth. Sometimes he be at his house.
Yeah.
He say he'll tell you where he at. But now we can't see what he rolling.
Yeah.
But it sure looks like
That's
a
true,
block.
too, yeah.
So I'm just saying. So now even in Texas, even though it's decriminalized, I see young guys. They'll pull up to the stop sign or red light and they'll throw their tobacco right next to the police. Police like, hey, he just smoking a little weed. I don't have time. I got
Right.
people killing
Ain't got time
people,
for that.
robbing banks,
Yeah.
doing stuff. I ain't got time to take
At
somebody.
least you hope that's their mind.
Yeah.
Because we have changed the conversation
Yeah.
about marijuana.
Yeah, absolutely.
Marijuana at one time back in like the 40s and 50s was the devil weed
Yeah, absolutely.
and the gateway to all kinds of terrible, horrible things.
Yeah.
And now, well, it's pain relief and it's
Yeah. All of
helps
that
you
stuff.
with concentration and it helps people with
Helps
ADD.
people relax.
Helps people relax.
sleep.
We've
all that
changed the
stuff.
It's
conversation.
medicinal, man.
So
There's purposes and
if
reasons for this.
the professional sports world and the sub-professional, the NCAA level would change the conversation about performance enhancing drugs and say, this isn't performance enhancing. This is something that helps people recover from injury.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is something that
Absolutely.
helps people with their confidence.
And
This is a non-addictive drug. This is not an opioid.
Non-addicted.
And
yeah.
most of the time, when you
Right,
have surgery,
because we're totally fine
Now,
with shooting people up with morphine and
Man.
now,
The boy
freaking,
broke his knee in the first quarter, but he went to the locker room and got that shot, and he's straight.
Right,
Like,
right.
and then now,
So we're okay with that.
Yeah.
then a whole lot of operations. When you have these knee surgeries and hip surgeries and shoulder surgery, your medicine got a little steroid in it to help you, so you won't be
Cover.
the. I'm not talking about athletes. I'm talking about at the VA
Yeah,
where
no
I
doubt.
go.
No
Because
doubt.
when I had my hip surgery, my medicine had a little steroid in it. I read it. I was like, well, it's got a little steroid to help me get well faster.
Right.
So now, if you go out and you have knee surgery, and then now you're training and you lifting weights while your medicine got listed, is that performance enhancing?
I mean, I know-
So little chemistry lesson, biochemistry lesson. There's a lot of different kinds of steroids.
Yeah.
So there's what we call performance enhancing steroids, which are typically anabolic
absolutely.
steroids, which are basically testosterone analogs
Mhm.
or human growth hormone
Oh, yeah.
analogs. And that's not necessarily what they are because they test for that, but there's lots of different classes of drugs around that.
Yeah.
Then there are the inflammation reducing steroids. So when you see NSAID on your aspirin or your Motrin bottles, that stands for non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug.
Right.
When you get the shot, that's a steroidal anti-inflammatory drug. Now that's not the same thing as an anabolic steroid. That's an anti-inflammatory steroid.
Yeah.
Different thing. And then there's some other kinds of steroids that have other effects on them that are not classified as performance enhancing drugs. Some of the anti-inflammatory drugs do show up on a test.
And they help you recover from your injury
help you
faster.
recover
So
faster.
therefore,
And
it's
so the anabolic steroids, the only difference between them, because they do have an effect on inflammation, but the difference there is that they also have an effect on growth and even more accelerated recovery.
Oh yeah.
But again, you're not talking about a massive difference. You're also not talking about something that was not already present in your body. Where we've gone wrong with that, the biggest thing that we've done wrong with that is we've introduced, because of testing, we've had people go out and make all these analogs of the natural steroids that introduce even more side effects. Right. So now, instead of having one class of chemicals that you can put in your body that was already present, that we kind of know a little bit about how they work, now we've got all these different chemicals that are not at all regulated, that we don't know anything about how they work and what their side effects are that people are putting in their bodies. And we're introducing more side effects and doing more damage than we would have been if we had just said, you know what, you can use this much steroids in a year.
Yeah. Put regulations.
And anything more than that is unsafe.
Yeah.
Now, if you do it, that's on you, and you're going to take the consequences.
For sure.
But
they're just saying it's illegal.
As opposed to just blanketly saying, we could have the same conversation that we've had about marijuana and say, basically, it's just a natural product that you can use and put in your body. And beyond a certain point, there's probably some health risks. If you're smoking it, you're inhaling smoke. Like there are some inherent problems with inhaling smoke into your lung.
Yeah.
There are some inherent problems with injecting testosterone into your body.
Yeah, absolutely.
But within reasonable limits that a doctor, if it's legal, a doctor can work with you and say, okay, you're good up to this point. No problems. After this point, here's the risks. And you as an adult, as somebody who's playing a sport that focuses on strength and speed and endurance, here's the risk, here's the rewards. Here's the trade-off that you're making. This is how much it's going to take off of your life or your career life expectancy, like how long you can be expected to be good at this sport. As opposed to the situation we have now, where we have people injecting substances that they got from, Julio in Mexico, and we don't know where Julio got it from. I mean, we hope that he's still getting it from the same supplier that was good last year, but we don't know.
Pharmacy in Mexico is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I mean, still, I mean, how regulated is that? Like, we don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're having to come up with all these new variations on it that change the chemistry of it very slightly, and more side effects, more unknowns, as opposed to just saying, all right, we understand that this is going to happen.
Yep.
We don't recommend it. We certainly don't recommend it for people under a certain age because their bodies are still growing and developing. But if you're an adult, get after it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, what you got to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
And nature will take its course, and people will start seeing that. Oh, you know, if you go too far with this, like, you're gonna have problems.
No doubt.
Yeah, you have a problem.
And people will say, all right, well, you know, where's the cutoff
Yeah.
for me in my situation?
But
And it'll get better. Like we'll reach a dynamic where, you know, people are maximizing their performance without destroying their health completely,
yep.
and making the trade-off that is right for them at that stage in their life.
So you're saying this is my body, my choice.
I'm saying that anytime
Just kidding.
you make knee-jerk reaction regulations or legislation,
Yep.
you're going down the wrong
wrong
path.
road.
Yeah, I mean that's
Even if it's the right choice in the long run, anytime you make a snap judgment on something that affects millions of people
yeah.
in ways that are unpredictable, you're going down the wrong path.
Even if you're just making a general comment,
Yeah.
like it's not. There's never a appropriate time for that. You know?
We want yes no answers. We want it's this or it's this.
Yeah.
Straight
That's
up.
what we want.
Especially when there's a crisis going on.
Yeah.
We want it's this or it's this.
Yep, no doubt.
But it's almost
Yeah. And the
It's
bottom
very
line,
rare.
and the bottom line is, Jonas, you know about this. You can't take a Jenny Mule and turn him into a Kentucky Derby winner.
right.
You can't. I mean, in other words, you can't take an average athlete and give him steroids to think he's a supreme
Right. Yeah,
athlete.
no doubt.
No, you can't. You have to take a supreme athlete and he'll stay supreme.
Exactly.
But you can't take an average athlete, or you can't take a donkey or a mule and then shoot him for the steroids and he's gonna win the Kentucky Derby. That's not how it
There's
works.
something
He's just
about
gonna
that athlete that is above average.
Yeah, he's just gonna be a fast mule.
Yeah, straight up.
But he's not gonna be a.
Well, you also have to have the skill, you have to have the drive, you have to put in the work again. You have to put in the work.
Yeah,
You know, I talk about
that work is everything.
there's a family of it's two sisters and a brother that are some of the most musically talented people that you'll ever meet.
Yeah,
But it always pisses me off when people talk about, oh, she's so talented. I wish I had talent like that.
They
Because
put in that
I
work,
grew up
man.
with them and I saw how many hours and
Yeah.
hours
They
and hours
worked.
they spent
Yeah.
perfecting that talent.
yeah.
They probably had some talent. They
But
probably had more natural talent than me.
Talent is God given, but skill is worked for.
Yeah.
But they
Period.
put in the work.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
gotta
And when
put the work in.
you see these athletes and you look at them and think, you know, they might have been shooting up a little bit. Yeah, they also put in the work.
You know, that's all athletes. You know, they'll say Kobe Bryant, he was so great, but then they'll say, but you know, he was the first one in the gym, the last one to leave.
Yeah.
That work.
That worked.
And
Michael
that-
Jordan, same
Hey,
thing.
That's how you
everybody
get great.
sees the end result. Nobody
Right.
sees the
work,
work and
the
everything
work.
that got you to this point. Like that's not what,
What
the
was-
TV's capturing.
What was
They're
Jordan's
capturing the end result.
what was Jordan's coach name?
The high school coach that cut him.
No.
Phil Jackson?
Phil Jackson, yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about
Zen
the-
master.
Yeah, talk about that the reason that more people don't reach the level of Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and so on, because they don't want to put the work in.
They don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Ain't no shortcut.
Until you look at what goes into being that guy, you don't know that you want to be that guy.
You can wear the Jordans. You can wear the wristbands. You can go buy the whole uniform. You know, you can cut your hair bald. You still ain't Jordan. Got to put that work in, man. And you got to be talented.
Gifted already.
Right.
You got to be
But
gifted,
and that goes,
then you got to put
that
the
goes
work
for a lot
in.
of things.
Straight
It goes for boxing. It
Goes for any sport.
Yeah.
It also goes for politics.
Yep.
You know, any career you want to name. If you want to be the best, like not just kind of good,
But the best.
but
Yeah.
the best.
If I'm gonna do it, that's what I want to be.
Yeah.
If you going for that GOAT status,
Yeah.
you're gonna suffer. Your family's gonna suffer. Your finances gonna suffer.
Yep.
You're gonna work for it.
Yeah.
You're
Gotta
gonna put
work.
it in.
Gotta work. No shortcuts, man.
That's just a
Life.
fact. Like that's just the facts.
Yeah. And also what to look forward to, man. Anthony Joshua and Francis Ngannou
Getting back on topic.
have agreed to box. That should be a pretty decent fight.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know if you're interested in this. I'm gonna watch Mayweather and Pacquiao too.
Oh man, come on, stop it.
It's only an exhibition though. Because Mayweather don't. If he lose, he don't want to affect that 50 and up.
Right.
But Mayweather and Pacquiao too, man. That should be interesting. I'm gonna watch it.
They just making money.
Yeah, it'll probably be interesting. It'll be some,
Dancing with the Stars.
yeah, it'll be an old man boxing an ancient man.
That's a good. That's actually not a bad idea
What's
to
that?
do like a Dancing with the Stars, but for boxing.
Yeah. Hey,
You know, like
Shakur Stevenson was a contestant in his last fight.
I mean, you know, but
He was
this
a
whole
contestant
thing,
for sure.
Pacquiao and Mayweather probably gonna make 10 or 20 million.
Oh no
Yeah.
doubt.
Just for
No
getting
doubt.
in each other, getting in front of each other,
Right.
going around in the circle.
talking
with their
a
hands
little
up.
bit of smack.
That's like
yeah.
a new age Lou Rawls. What was that telethon used to
Right,
have back in the day?
But think about how much
Just raising money.
because all this
For them,
stuff's about money. Think about how much money they would make if they were like doing some
International-
pre-exhibition fights.
Yeah.
And going
Oh,
through
yeah.
some of the training
For
talking-
benefit. They could raise some serious money.
doing
man.
all that stuff they do on reality shows where they talk smack about each other and all
Yeah,
that.
they could raise some serious
All,
loot.
all kind of cash
Yeah,
coming
Jones
in
better
from that.
keep talking.
Yeah, but as you know,
I'm gonna stop talking.
we're gonna get into this thing.
We finna get into TikTok.
It's my
Oh, is it
favorite
time
time
for-
of the show.
Okay.
Y'all gotta excuse me.
You good?
Oh, y'all gotta excuse me. Keep talking.
Yeah, it's my time of the show. My favorite part of the
keep
show.
talking.
He's using his technology.
It is TikTok with Jonas. Man, what's going down, Jay? What you got for us this week?
So I have to remember because it's been a while since
It's
I've
been a while.
Well, okay. So here's a couple of things. One,
Yeah.
we talked about before the show. iPhone got sucked out of. You heard about the plane? It was Alaska Airlines. I'm sorry for everybody who I have recommended taking an Alaska
Oh
Airlines.
man, that's
Flight,
a rough. That's a rough.
I hope that you were not
plane.
on that flight.
Yeah, that's a rough one to claim right now, Jay.
But American Airlines had similar problems with some of their doors. So
Yep.
it ain't just Alaska. They all have problems. It's a one-off, but somebody's iPhone got sucked out of that plane
Ugh.
and fell 1,600 feet, like 1,600 feet, at least that they know, and
It's a long fall, bro.
survived. So
It's
somebody
a long-
found it on the side of the road because it was on. The screen was on. They saw the light, heard it beeping, and went over there. It still had the flight information pulled up on the screen. It had a piece of the charger sticking out of it.
That's
'cause it
crazy.
got
It's
ripped
the
out.
cell phone that fell 1,600 feet.
Right.
Oh my god!
It did. And, it landed on grass and vegetation stuff. It didn't
Still,
land
that's
on the
1,600
concrete,
feet.
Still,
That's a great
Yeah.
advertising marketing.
like I dropped mine 6 feet and screen cracks. But,
Yeah, man. Now that's
you know,
that's pretty wild that took place. Jonas, I can't believe you would recommend anybody to fly Alaskan. You know, with stuff like that. I'd rather fly Spirit.
you're right. You fly with the chickens.
With things like that of that nature taking place out there.
Yeah,
But,
well, you know.
Yeah, no, that's
That's not an everyday occurrence.
still. I mean, let's talk about the technology that allowed that phone to still work after a 1,600-foot fall. I'm sure Apple did not test that.
No, they I'm sure they did not, but they do make a pretty solid product that's made to be a little bit more take a little bit more abuse than what the iPhone 3s and 4s would take.
Yep.
There's also I mean realistically anything smaller like that encounter some air resistance and not take as much damage as what I would if I fell 1,600 feet.
Yeah.
But still, pretty cool story. We also have had, and since I've been out, we were talking about Chat GPT and AIs and stuff like that.
Yep.
As anybody who's halfway paying attention to how these things work could have told you, the Chat GPT has started letting people create their own customized GPTs, which is pretty cool. I've done several of them. I don't don't know that they'd be useful. to
Customized
anybody else,
GPT. Can you please break that down for me? Because
So-
that sounds
so-
very technical and confusing.
A little bit, yeah. Chat GPT is a generic large language model that lets you talk to it more or less in natural language and get responses that are more or less in natural language. It's pretty cool. If you haven't tried it, you probably should, because it's definitely gonna be here.
Yeah.
Anything that comes in with that much impact that fast, you better keep an eye on it.
Yep.
So
I love
what
it.
you can do now, what they've opened up to allow just anybody to do
Is
is
ChatGPT 3 status? Like, don't even have to have the. Or does this come with the?
so this
subscription.
This is only for people with a subscription
Okay.
as of right now,
All right.
that you can customize. So it's still the same basic model, still the same LLM behind it, but you can add some of your own information and tune it kind of to your specifications.
Yep.
So, like for example, I built one based on like my resume and some other like career and personal information. It's like my personal career builder assistant, like my personal, career coach.
Yeah.
And it's actually pretty amazing how well that works.
Yep.
Like how quickly that can help you answer interview questions and application questions and things like that, and point you in the direction of where you might need to work on career growth and things like that. It works pretty well.
Yeah.
And some other things that I've used it for, some for technical purposes, and a couple of things for books that I might decide I want to write one day and things like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's been there. That's been there for several weeks, if not months. It's a couple of weeks. They announced that they're opening up. They're opening it up to allow what they're calling the GPT store. So kind of like the App Store, but it's for these customized GPTs. And if you create a GPT that you think has some value to somebody besides you, you can put it on the store, and they will let you kind of market that and let other people pay you for it, which is kind of cool. So that's another news item. And for people who are in the know about electronics and things like that, a big event is going on right now. Actually, is the Consumer Electronics Show. Usually a huge event in Las Vegas. I have made it out there one time for that. Would love to go again. Anybody want to sponsor me for that? I would love to go again. It's a lot of fun. But they start announcing like what's coming in technology. And so here's a few of the interesting things that they have coming out right now. They have everybody's got iRobots right now, right?
Yeah.
Or at least have seen them. You know what an iRobot is. Yeah. So they have those little robot vacuums that go around, and you see videos on Instagram all the time of cats riding around on them and things like that. They now have one that is a vacuum and a mop. So it doesn't just sweep, vacuum, it also mops for you. Which, I mean, for me, that's a good thing because I'm not going to do it. I mean, I don't have anything against it other than like, I'm just not going to do it. So I guess for me, that's probably a good thing. It doesn't seem like it's that big of a stretch, but here we are. That's what it is. They also have kind of on the same note in a way, they have an iPhone stand. So Jay's got his little phone on a stand here, but this thing seems to be a little bit bigger. But they call it the Auto Tracking Stand Pro, and it follows you around. So it looks like a kind of a selfie stick on a Roomba, and it follows you around.
It films you.
Yeah, and or maybe it's for FaceTime call. Honestly, I'm gonna have to be honest here and say I'm 50 something years old and I don't get it. I'm utterly baffled as to why this would be something anybody would want. But maybe some of our younger
if you want to shoot a reality show,
if you want to,
where you what do they call it? When they track your life,
right? Yeah, and maybe that's
follow you
that's
around
the new
and
things. Like instead of
show you what you did. Yeah,
podcasts opened up talk shows and text shows to basically everybody. Maybe this is reality TV for everybody. I don't know why anybody would want that, but but there's a couple of things that are a little bit more interesting. A couple of things in the TV world. One of them is a folding TV. Not a huge stretch because we've had phones that could fold for. So here's a TV that basically folds away.
A folding TV.
Yeah.
Who makes that? That's crazy.
It's called the CC, like letter C, SEED, N1 TV.
CC.
Apparently, that's the startup that's making it.
Nice.
What does the C stand for? Does it stand for
collapsible?
Collapsible?
Okay. I don't know.
That's a great one.
Good. All right.
I was wondering, did it mean China?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but collapsible was a very off the top. That's witty.
So if you think about it, especially these days, because I remember the days when a TV was like this was a typical TV was maybe this big, maybe this big. That's
heavy than a mug, though,
and weighed about 15,000 pounds.
That was like
now.
The actual screen was that size, but the TV was huge.
Yeah.
Now I know like broke ass students got TVs like
huge
ass TVs.
Black Friday sale,
right.
70-inch for $1.99.
And like you say, like you can carry them under one arm, no problem.
Yeah, like a boombox back in the day. It's a big screen.
Those big TVs take up a lot of wall space, which is also a lot of window space. So if you got limited space, like you're in a dorm room or, like I don't know if you've looked at RVs recently, but if you got an RV, like they want to pack in like 3 TVs in that sucker.
Yeah.
And like half your damn RV taken up with TVs.
I saw an electric RV.
Oh,
last night.
Cool. Yeah, that's kind of
cool. Bad boy was clean.
Yeah. What do they do when the power runs out?
I know that's a great question.
Park it.
They ain't got no options.
You and your igloo.
No options.
But so a foldable TV would let you shrink up the space that TV takes up when you're not using it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. Another thing that was unveiled, and I think, again, not quite sure what the use case is for it, but another thing that they unveiled at CES this year was LED, flat screen TV, same as this, basically practically invisible. You see right through it when it's off.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Is it the same one that can turn into like whatever you want, like a window?
It's basically like a window. Yeah. But it's so you have it in front of the window. You see. I don't know how well that would work in if you had it behind a window that's got sun coming in behind it, because I kind of feel like it probably would not work that well. But but it's cool to think about. It's I can almost see where there's useful things for something like that.
Yeah.
But not quite.
Yeah.
Not quite. I mean, what if you live in an apartment and you have no windows in your apartment?
Then you might want to put TVs on every wall so you can make it look like you got.
Exactly. That's a pretty good use case, right?
Yeah. Although in most states, if you are in an apartment that has no windows, you should probably get in touch with whoever is in charge of that kind of stuff, because
in most states, when you live somewhere don't have windows, they call that prison. No.
Straight up.
I mean, I'm just saying, if I live somewhere don't have windows, guess what? I ain't gonna live that long.
But there's some hotels, hotel rooms, things like that.
Hotel rooms.
Outside, the outer rooms might have the windows, and the ones on the inner corridor.
Most places though do have there have to be so many windows per occupant, normal occupants.
Yeah, man, no, that's crazy.
So another one was I have an iPhone that has face recognition. I think you got an iPhone that has face recognition.
Yep.
Now they have a smart lock that you can unlock with face recognition.
Oh, nice. Does Apple make it?
That's a good question. I don't believe so.
I wonder if there's some
if
former
I'm not
Apple
badly mistaken,
employees.
it's made by Lockley Visage, like Lockly, Visage, like your face.
Lockley Visage.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's gonna work. That's gonna work real well until somebody clocks you in the back of the head and holds your face up in front of you, locking and robbing.
Yeah, but like, what are we locking? We locking lockers? I mean, just a lock.
Well,
Like,
it's for your door, for your front door.
oh, okay, like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely see. I would love to have that for because you got cars where the doors and the trunk and whatnot opens
Yeah.
automatically. I would love for that to be on like the car.
Yeah, that'd be pretty dope.
If I could walk up to my car and
Is
not
it-
have to push a button or
Do you know
pull
if it's
a
like
key
solar
out.
powered or is it like the ring bell where you got to take it off and power
I'm
it?
sure
every
you
now
got to
and
plug it
again?
in somewhere.
Yeah, it'd be cool if it was solar powered.
Yeah. Well, unless until you don't have any light.
The sun has enough energy to share.
All right. So his last one, and this kind of brings it back to sports.
Oh, I love
So
that.
I wear these all the time. I love them. I will say that their customer service. These are made by Shocks.
versus these.
Right. These are made by Shocks. They are, other than the microphone, which I'm sorry to say, Shocks, you still have not got that motherfucker right.
I don't think many
What?
have other than Apple.
These are almost indestructible, and unlike the earpods, where I'm constantly finding somebody's fucking earpod that they dropped somewhere.
Yeah.
These are very hard to lose when you're running around doing whatever, and they're comfortable. To me, these are just as comfortable as I wear them all the time. Forget I have them on. Another company, not Shocks, sadly.
Shocks. Shocks is the brand.
Company called. This is a different company. This company is called Mojawa. Mojawa. But they have a very
Mojawa?
similar style, very very close enough that it kind of makes me wonder, did they rip somebody off? That they call the HaptiFit.
Okay.
Kind of terrible name.
Well, they just so happen to fit in every
Yeah, it
situation.
happened to fit. What they're doing is they have a sport. This is marketed as a sports headset.
Yep.
So they have a sports headset with the bone conduction and everything that is an AI based personal trainer.
Oh wow, that's
So
pretty cool.
you wearing these, you go to the gym, you're working out, you're running, whatever, swimming even, and they have a personal trainer that's built into the headset,
So he's talking smack to you.
talking smack to you, telling you to go faster, telling you to
10 more.
yeah. Like, you got one
Don't
more
slow
rep.
down now.
You got one more rep.
Yeah, I see what's in you.
Yeah.
I know what you've
Right.
been doing. You can
And
get
so-
this.
Yeah.
According to
So
my calculations.
so it has that built-in AI coach. It syncs to
pretty cool.
an app on your phone that has more, that pulls in more information, and that then it includes things like your running pace, your heart rate,
Yeah.
which I'm assuming it gets through the headset
So
somehow.
they've basically turned a Apple Watch or a Fitbit into an audio option
Yeah.
through their headset.
Yeah, and it has
Probably has a lot of the same technology that the Apple Watch and the Fitbit have. Too.
Yeah, and so I have, since nobody sponsored me going to CES this year again, I have limited information on what the specs are on that headset. But if it's anything like these, unlike your Apple Watch, which you might not want to swim in, perhaps, or some other things because it costs $50 billion.
Yeah, I wore my Apple Watch in the ocean, and that Apple Watch don't work anymore.
Right.
I was like, it's 50 meters. I'm straight. Nah,
Right.
no.
But these puppies will take some abuse, and I'm assuming that they've got similar specs on those.
Yeah.
That they'll take a lot of abuse of the kind that people who train hard will put in,
Yeah.
and will stand up to sweat and sun and heat and cold and water and whatever else. So yeah, I mean it's an interesting, for your people who are working hard, training hard,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
don't want to have a real personal
I'm
assistant.
back in that
chasing you
gym. I
around.
took a year off, but hey, we about to get right. You know what I'm saying? Get my Chris Farley on. You know what I mean?
The fat guy in the little coat.
You know, I'm trying to get my Chris Farley on, dog.
Hey, just don't get your Ronnie Coleman on. You'll end up on crutches.
Yeah, we don't want that. We don't want that. But no, you know, speaking of headphones, there's another brand that I want people to be aware of.
Okay.
Live brand.
Yes.
Live
Yeah.
brand. LIV brand.
It's also
man, they're coming out with a super dope.
For athletes by athletes.
Yeah, for athletes by athletes. Super dope design, man. Very comfortable. Excited to see the final product. I've seen.
I will be excited.
The what are they called? The
prototype.
The prototypes. I've seen the prototypes, and also I think you should know that is created by our own Mark Clayton on the show. You know what I'm saying? So shout out Mark on your Live brand. I know y'all gonna outdo the headphones that Jonas was talking about, but everything they're doing.
Hopefully the name is better.
Hey, go take these notes. Saying if y'all don't already have that implemented in the plan, gonna throw that in there, dog. You know, it's themselves gonna take themselves too. You know?
We'll get you hooked up with that AI personal trainer. We can do that.
Straight up,
Totally
man.
make that happen.
Absolutely. No, that sounds crazy, man. That's pretty incredible that our wearables have come this far, leveraging technology as well.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool stuff that's come along. I'm still waiting for that watch that like it flips out. It's like this big, and it's your tablet and your phone and everything just right there in the watch.
Yeah, and it just starts shooting out money.
Well, that would be nice too.
Yeah, that'd be great.
But I think everybody would have it, and then the money would do that.
Well, you know, it's got to be a limited number of watches. You know,
Yeah, right.
you gotta get them.
Then that means you got to be one of the ones that gets it. So.
I'll be in that Jordan line, bro. I'll be up there early.
He'd be camping out,
Yeah.
handing out money.
Straight up,
There.
man.
Hey! One more piece of news.
Yes.
Since you saw me last,
Yep.
I won the lottery.
And what we talking about?
Well, I'm talking about $11, but still,
Hey,
that's 11 over 6.
what? How about this? What about these
a
odds?
net $5 win. I'm taking it.
Won the lottery, hey.
Hey, I got a lottery ticket for Christmas and won $30, dog.
That's I believe, if I'm not
Okay,
badly
this is
mistaken,
great.
that's the first time I've played the lottery in
Forever?
decades.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
That's just not something I do. But I went with somebody. He's like I'm gonna get a lottery ticket. Might as well. Why
Yeah.
not?
And won.
I won $11.
I know your boy was pissed off. He probably plays every day.
Yeah.
This mother. $11, dog.
You won $11?
Yeah.
Man, I spend $11 every day and I haven't won in 4 years.
I can buy between 2 and 11 tickets with that. No, man, that's good stuff, bro. But no, man, happy to have you back, Jay.
Yeah, man.
Welcome back,
man.
bro. You know, we've been missing the Tech Talk sessions.
Yeah.
But we back in the building, back in the saddle, man. 2024 gonna be a big year, baby. Them twos and them foes is going down. I should do it this way since it's opposite of me. But yeah, man, we'll be back here next week, sometime around noonish. What them boys gon' do? What them Cowboys gon' do, baby? Let's find out. We gon' see.
Hopefully they'll do what you're gonna do and like and subscribe.
Like and share. I hope they share that rock.
Share.
Dance to every receiver, the running backs, and do all that. And I hope we like it and we subscribe to